stress, cortisol. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am having a hot one. Florida summers are no joke. I have a zero sugar body armor with me, and of course my gallon of water to keep me hydrated, because my air is set to 64 degrees. It's not blasting, but it's cold, and I'm still feel like I'm sweating from being outside. Anyways, I had my pre-workout meal: chicken, rice, 5 grams of olive oil, and some salt sprinkled on top, and of course Cholula. No meal without Cholula around here. Now I'm on my way to the gym. I kind of wanted to go to the mall because I wanted new sneakers, but that's not going to happen because I'm supposed to work out 1 meal after consuming 1 meal? No, 1 hour after consuming my pre-workout meal. So for the sake of time and energy, I will work out, and if I have time afterwards, I'll go to the mall. But anyways, we are on our way to the gym. I believe I'm going to be hitting a chest day. You can't go wrong with chest day, especially on a hot day like this one. If I were to hit legs, I think I'd have to do it early in the morning when I am feeling 100% and not dehydrated. That's just a me thing. Maybe it's just mentally, maybe I'm just being lazy and I don't want to hit legs, but that's what I'm in the mood for today. And then, I'll hit legs tomorrow. It's not like I'm skipping legs. I'm just not going to do legs today. There's a lot of state troopers on the road today. But anyways, let me take a sip before we get into our car talk for the day. Last YouTube video I posted was supposed to be 2 parts. I uploaded the first part. I didn't upload the second part because I was just so drained. If you saw part 1 of Operation Health Phase before prep, you saw that in my updated nutrition plan, I'm not supposed to be having energy drinks. No energy drinks. I can do the occasional black coffee, but just keep it as minimal as possible. You know, I knew going into that it was going to be a little inconvenient or difficult because I was so used to having an energy drink, or maybe even 2 a day. I was like, it is what it is. Halfway through recording that video, I had the worst headache I had experienced. It was literally a migraine. I didn't want to do anything. I was so irritable. I was angry. I was sad. All I wanted was an energy drink, but that was the one thing I was not supposed to have. So I ended up cutting the video short, and I didn't film for the rest of the day. And then the following day, I tried to pick up and do it again, but I was still having terrible headaches, and I just did not want to do anything. I did end up filming that day, but my hair looked terrible, and I don't even know what I was doing. So basically, I will probably not be uploading part 2 of that Operation Health Phase, but it is fine, because we are currently in Operation Health Phase. A comment I got on my last YouTube video. It said, Emily Ridge, shout out to you. Looking awesome. Would love to hear more about any mental struggles you had going from deficit to maintenance. This is something I've been dealing with, like trusting your body with more food and feeling heavier than when in a deficit. This is something I think, or I believe, everyone goes through. It's a normal feeling because, once you get lean and you get shredded, it's like you're looking at a version of you that's like, wow, right? And going from that to maintenance, you kind of almost start to feel, I guess let's just say fat. You start to feel fat. You feel like you've lost all your progress. And I'm also just speaking from my own personal experience. Bottom line, it's hard, but you have to remember your why you're doing this, and if it's something that's truly important to you and the goals that you have for yourself. That was, I guess, my mindset, or how I was able to get back on track, because after my cut ended, I had a lot of moments of binging. I was basically just unhappy, and I would be on track for like a few days and I'd eat whatever I wanted. it wasn't clicking for me for a while of like why I couldn't get back on track. And there was moments where I was like, like, am I not gonna be good in this sport, or like, why am I doing this, basically? And then I had to make, ultimately I had to make the decision, like, am I gonna get back on track to be able to compete, or am I just going to give in to this feeling of wanting to eat whatever I want and still feeling bad about staying in the slump of binging, then feeling bad about binging, wanting to get back on track, but just staying in that same cycle of, oh, I can't get back on track, so let me just binge regardless, and then feel bad about it, and then let me try and get back on track, but just binge. It's like an ongoing cycle. And eventually you have to decide if you're going to break that cycle or if you're going to stay there. And unfortunately, a lot of people do end up staying in that cycle for a very long time. And I stayed in that cycle for probably a few weeks, which caused me to gain quite a bit of weight pretty fast, like faster than what was expected. One of the benefits of having a coach is, usually, hopefully you're going with a coach that's experienced, but trust the process. It's normal. And if you have a coach, talk to your coach. Tell your coach exactly how you're feeling, even though you may not want to, and it sucks talking about your feelings. I hate talking about my feelings. It's not something I particularly enjoy, and would prefer not to do. But in situations like these, where you're stuck in an ongoing cycle, it's important to tell your coach or to speak up, because if not, things aren't going to get better. Anyways, I've made it to the gym. I feel like I've done a lot of yapping. So let's go get this chest workout in. Seen those videos where it's like kids who wear breathe divinity posing? It's pretty funny. But I'm just doing 3 sets of chest flies to warm up before bench. I did some foam rolling in my back and lats, because when your lats and back are tight, I feel like your chest doesn't function properly. Second set. Warm-up complete. I'll probably do like another warm-up set here before we get to the heavy stuff. Warm-up set, all right, we got 4 sets here. 15, 12, 10, 8. Little pyramid set. I think that's what you call it. But we always warm up with the bar. Easy. 125 acquired. And we just gotta find one more. Ooh. Easy. I did that for 15. Now what can I do for 12? Last time I tried to go 135 for 12 and I didn't get it. So I think I'm gonna throw a 10 on. Let's make unsmart decisions. I did a lot of recovery these past 2 weeks, and foam rolling, stretching on my shoulders and legs. So I feel like because of that, maybe I'll get this for 12. That was 9. That was not 12. That's close. That's a total of 12. I think we're calling it a day at that.
So I did not finish that last set of bench press because I just wasn't feeling it. But I did find a brand new bottle of smelling salts. Sniff, lift, dominate. Damn, brand new. There's a lot of powerlifters that come to this gym, but I will be returning this to the front desk. 2 warm-up sets of 15, then 2 heavier sets of 8 to 10. Do I think I can do this for 15? Probably. Had enough of games for today after bench press. Let's be smart about this. Oopa. 15. See what I'm saying? It was a good thing I did not start with those 45s. 2 warm-up sets of 15. I'll throw a 10 on for another set of 15. Holy crap. I have no words. So now we have, what's above a superset? A triset. So 3 movements back to back, going from lateral, front, and then to rear. Because coach says this is how shoulders grow. And I think I have decent shoulders, but definitely not figure shoulders. We'll do 10s. Let's not feed my ego today, because that is knock on right. Might look fat when I sit down. 3 sets, 3 movements, 12 reps each. Now, if you want less trap activation, I'd do these leaning over on a bench, but I don't want to do all that right now. Cling. Oh, heck deck. I looked back at the footage of me doing the rear delt flies with the dumbbells, and it was pretty bad. I noticed how much my traps were activated. Not good. So we're gonna do something a little bit more isolated so my traps aren't freaking exploding, because we want to grow my rear delts, not my traps, because Lord knows my traps are already huge. So I did one more set of those, what's it called, reverse pec deck? 30, 40. Those felt so much better than the dumbbells. You know, it's funny, I even mentioned in the dumbbells, like, oh, if you want your traps to be less activated, do it like over a bench. And I was like, I don't need that. And then proceed to only activate my traps and not my rear delts. So that was a little embarrassing. A little learning lesson though. Do things the right way. But I'm gonna do 3 sets of this tricep movement, and then we'll go do some posing. Like right now, I weigh 157. And when I first came to my coach, I weighed around 156, 157. So it's definitely a thought in my head where it's like, did I just cut and gain all the way back for no reason? But this is the thing about taking progress pictures, because the 157 I weigh now is definitely a different 157 than I weighed almost 8 months ago. One thing to really help in that transition, progress pictures. Always, always take your progress pictures. Even if you don't like them in the moment, you'll be glad you took them after or later. Not, yeah, after wasn't the word I was looking for, it was later. I always bring my heels to the gym because you never know when you'll have time to get a little posing session in. You see, it's definitely not perfect, but it's definitely better than the first couple times I did it. Also, I think there was like a YouTube video that I posted like 6 months ago where I did it. You see, my transitions are nowhere near perfect, but they are definitely a little better than last time. Anyways, I think that's it. Maybe I'll practice my walk a little bit more. But other than that, I will see you in the car for our post-workout snacks. Workout complete. I did get a little bit in my head. I try to push more weight than I probably should have. But then at the same time, like, that's how we break plateaus or an arm. Could go either way. But thankfully today, we did not break anything. Post-workout snacks. 2 Rice Krispie treats. Scoop and a half of protein powder. Almost missed. I left them in the car so they're a little melted. Soft and chewy. $35 grams of protein, 32 grams of carbs, and that's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm not even in the mood for more liquids right now. But if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what else you guys want to see. Any more questions, or just honestly, just comment anything. Comment a thumbs up if you made it to the end of the video. And if you want to see more of this, consider subscribing. But till next time, amigos.